Episode 389. Since the car was already on the road, Chen Guo decided not to make a fuss about it. The car followed Ye Shu's directions, and sure enough, the drive wasn't too long. But just as they were about to reach their destination, the car ground to a halt. The driver leaned out the window, taking in the endless line of cars stretching out of sight.
How did it get this backed up?
Clearly, the driver couldn't fathom why this stretch of road was so congested.
Can you pull over up ahead? Let's get out here.
So in the end, the three of them got out by the side of the road. Looking at the long line of cars, Chen Guo wasn't frustrated at all. In fact, she was positively beaming.
Oh, this must be because of the All-Star Weekend, right? It's really lively. Take a look.
Yeah, that's right.
Ye Shu, of course, knew that was exactly the reason. Anyone with any sense knows better than to drive themselves to an event like this. Because then, you'd be stuck in traffic both coming and going, and you'd probably never even find a parking spot.
Lead the way.
Chen Guo gave a wave of her hand. Knowing Ye Shu knew the way, she tossed the map she'd been holding straight into the trash. Ye Shu glanced around. He really did know the way, and in no time at all, he had led the two of them to their destination. The entry process was already underway in an orderly fashion. Merging with the crowd, the three of them quickly entered Samsara's competition venue. This esports arena wasn't much smaller than a regular stadium. The biggest difference was the sheer number of electronic display screens hanging over the competition floor. Watching a TV broadcast means you're stuck with whatever the director cuts to. But here at the venue, every single competitor gets their own dedicated screen showing their personal point of view. And there are plenty of viewing angles to choose from. You can watch whatever you want. And of course, there are live broadcasts and highlight reels. Watching it live is the only way to truly appreciate a match in all its glory. For an esport like Glory, the difference between watching it live and watching a broadcast is even greater than with traditional sports. Take sports like football or basketball. The live experience is all about the atmosphere, but for esports like Glory, the live show offers that same electric vibe plus a full-spectrum display mode that a broadcast can never replicate. This is especially true in team battles. When 5 characters are fighting one-on-one in 5 different locations, it's a genuine nightmare for the broadcast. Sure, you could split the screen into 5 separate feeds, but the commentary is a crucial part of the broadcast. You can't have 5 voices simultaneously analyzing 5 different scenes, can you? Choosing what to show then would be a real headache. And the current 5 versus 5 team format? It's been kept that way specifically to accommodate television broadcasts, preventing any expansion of the player limit. After all, television broadcasts provide Glory with a huge amount of publicity and revenue. And large-scale free-for-alls make for poor broadcasts, failing to fully capture the quality and excitement of the matches. When you step into the world of commercial operations, you have to consider every single angle. The All-Star Weekend venue was buzzing with excitement, as the host, Samsara Club, after fulfilling the Alliance's requirements, naturally went all out to promote themselves. The promotional booklet handed out at the entrance dedicated a full page to each of the 24 All-Star players. Each page featured a photo, some personal details, a career summary, and a majestic hand-drawn portrait of their Glory character. The production quality was truly top-notch. So, who exactly are these 24 All-Stars? A die-hard Glory fan like Chen Guo had long since memorized them all. Now, flipping through the booklet, she grew more and more excited. On Su Mucheng's page, she was so engrossed she forgot to keep walking. Chen Guo had seen this All-Star commemorative booklet before. Back then, the page next to Su Mucheng's would always feature Ye Shu, though his photo was always just a shadowy silhouette, keeping things all mysterious. Now, on the page next to Su Mucheng was Excellent Era's new captain, Sun Shang. The character One Autumn Leaf remained as imposing as ever, but its master had finally changed. Only these two made it from Team Excellent era. If we're talking about the team's actual performance this season, their dismal record really doesn't hold much weight. But Su Muchung's popularity has never been tied to her team's performance. A player like her could probably get voted into the All-Star list, even if she sat out an entire season. As for Sun Shang, he only transferred to Excellent era mid-season. Before that, at his old team, Yu Yun, his performance was outstanding, leading that fairly average squad into the top 8. After his transfer to Excellent era, Yu Yun's results immediately declined, while Excellent era's performance quickly improved. This, in turn, highlights just how formidable his skills are. Last year's Rookie King, his popularity has clearly soared to even greater heights this season. Amidst the bustling crowd, the three of them found their seats and settled in. The event hadn't officially started yet, but Chen Guo was already craning her neck, looking around with uncontainable glee, as if hoping to spot something special. They sat there idly for half an hour. Gradually, the stream of arriving spectators dwindled, and the official start of the event drew ever closer. At exactly 8 o'clock, the music that had been playing throughout the venue cut off abruptly. Like a movie theater just before the film starts, the entire place plunged into darkness. Before the crowd could even gasp, a brilliant pillar of light shot up from the center of the arena, soaring straight to the ceiling. Within its radiance, projections of glory characters appeared, spinning one by one as if descending from the heavens onto the stage. The crowd erupted in cheers and screams. Chen Guo was just as thrilled, tugging at Ye Shu and Tang Ru to point at the light beam and identify the characters. Tang Ru certainly wouldn't recognize them, but Ye Shu was far more familiar with them than Chen Guo. He simply stayed silent, just smiling as he listened to Chen Guo identify each character.
Look! Look! It's One Autumn Leaf!
Amid Chen Guo's shouts, One Autumn Leaf descended slowly within the pillar of light, his battle spear in hand. This character, who once looked down upon the world, was a lifeless thing, but in this moment, he seemed to be a living, breathing being. Shen Guo screamed, suddenly remembering the one who had retired behind this character. Shen Guo's voice suddenly cut off, her expression turning much more somber. But that gloom lasted only a moment. The character beneath One Autumn Leaf immediately ignited an even bigger explosion from Shen Guo. Her sudden piercing shriek made Ye Shu and Tang Ru wish they could just clamp her mouth shut.